What's up, guys? Two Pump here. Since this stuff is going to be going on my channel, I figured I'd start referring to myself by my handle rather than my actual name. But as you can see, we're on Lee Canyon Road heading towards the ski area. We're not going skiing. It's not exactly where we're going. You guys will see in a moment. We're just going out for a ride in Mount Charleston. It's a pretty beautiful view here, but it is windy. There's some crosswinds, and it is cloudy. I hope it doesn't rain. It looks like it's going to be coming down any second now. I really hate riding in the rain, but let's just hope it doesn't. So let's head out to Mount Charleston Road. Man, it really is beautiful out here. It just doesn't feel like Vegas anymore, even though it's literally 40 minutes away. Supposed to be campers. If you ever get tired of Vegas heat, just go out here. Right now it's a little bit chilly out here, but in the middle of summer it's just cool, comfortably cool. Whew, there it is. Feeling kind of cold. That's alright. We got this sort of like waterproof liner that goes under the jacket. It's mainly made for the rain, but you can use it to keep yourself just a little bit warm. So we keep going forward, then it's the ski area out there, but that's not where we're going. We're going to this Mount Charleston loop here. Let's pull over here.
Stay hydrated.
Got the waterproof lining in. It looks like it's raining out there. Right now we're doing fine, so it's not that cold anymore, though it is kind of not letting my skin have the freedom to breathe, which kind of sucks. So what are you gonna do? Either freeze or deal with that. Well, anyway, here we are, Mount Charleston. This is the loop between the Kyle Canyon Road, I think, and Lee Canyon Road. So it's a really nice road to drive on a bike. It's really twisty, high up on the mountain, so it's has nice scenery, even though you guys won't probably see most of it, because most of it is down the bottom, like if I turn my head and look, but I gotta pay attention to the road. We're gonna pull over and look at that desert view just for a second. But beyond that, since this is my my third video, technically it was supposed to be my second video. I already shot out here a video, and I had to delete it because I had no audio. And then I had made the terrible impromptu not writing video. I think there was even a scene in that video where the frame was frozen for, I think, maybe 10 seconds or something like that. 15 seconds. Well, no, probably like 15-20 seconds. And I didn't catch it in the export, so I just left it alone the way it is. This looks like a decent place to park. So we're here temporarily. Oh, look at the puppy. I can say it's definitely more beautiful whenever there's sunlight out. But even with the clouds, it's really nice. That is insane. They just went around that car on the double cross line. There could have easily been somebody on the other end. Look at all these Teslas and Lamborghinis passing through here. So this is well, this was supposed to be my second video, and in it I was going to discuss my writing resume history. So I started writing in 2012, December of 2012. Actually, I remember the exact date. It's December 17th, 2012. I went out and got myself a motorcycle. It was a 2013 Kawasaki Ninja 300. And before that, they were coming out with Ninja 250s. That was the first 300 they made. I did some of my research on the first bike I wanted to ride. Since it's a great starter bike, but it has more power than a 250, I decided to go for it and did not regret my decision. It really is a great starter bike. Not just because the engine is small, but also financially it's more forgiving, not just physically. Because 50 miles later I dropped the bike. That was devastating. Nothing happened to me. I was wearing all my gear, plus the fall was during a low speed turn. The front tire just slipped from under me. I fell down and stayed right where I am, whereas the bike slid across on concrete and asphalt. I think it was a slippery patch of road that I went over. I still to this day don't know what I did wrong. I don't remember grabbing my brakes or anything like that would cause me to fall. I'm really glad that I had a Ninja 300 rather than, say, a 600cc bike, because it would cost a lot more to repair it. The damage was cosmetic, but you don't want to ride around with like a broken fairing or cowling, depending on where you come from, how they're called. Those are the plastic pieces on the sides of the Super Sports. So I went ahead and bought fairings, repaired it myself, and later on I sold that bike after 1 year of riding it, putting 7,000 miles on it, which is a lot in 1 year. That tells you how much I love riding it. All of it was street riding, none of it was just like freeway out of town or anything like that. Well, there was some freeway, obviously. I mean, none of it is like highways between towns. So after I sold that bike, I was shopping for a house. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Seriously, this is a road. Getting back to what I was talking about, I sold the bike. After that, I had to go shopping for a house. I bought a house, was very happy with the house, but since this is my first house purchase and my first real adulting task, I had a lot of new bills that I had to take care of and didn't want to pull the trigger and buy a bike and add another payment on top of everything. I wanted to make sure that I'm financially stable. So while I was waiting for that to happen, I had a little bit of leftover cash. So I went and bought a motorcycle, a used motorcycle. That one, it was a cruiser bike. It's a 2005 Yamaha V-Star 1100. Cruisers, for those of you guys don't know, they're Harley type bikes. There's those big ones that make a lot of noise while they're driving. That bike was really cool. I liked it. It was very comfortable. I'm definitely gonna get a cruiser once I get old enough that I just can't handle riding in this position. anymore. But for the time being, if I wanted to go for comfort, I would drive a car. On top of that, that bike had the gas mileage of a car. That's how much gas it was eating, and it was not all that powerful either, and not very agile. So I wanted something that I would have a bit more fun on. So eventually I sold that bike and went to buy the bike of my dreams, which is the bike that I'm driving right now. At the time, that was the bike of my dreams. I guess still is now, if we count super sports, because as far as super sports go, I believe that this is the best bike that you can get in the 600cc range. It's just amazing. It's basically a track bike that they put a bunch of mirrors and lights on it to make it street legal. The bike I'm riding right now is a 2015 Triumph Daytona 675R. Here she is, 2015 Triumph Daytona 675R. We were rudely interrupted. I'm gonna stop judging other people's choices to ride dangerously. That's their business, unless they're into run into somebody else and kill them, in which case you're an asshole. But beyond that, let's get to it. My baby, 2015 Triumph Daytona 675R. I'm gonna go over some of the mods that I did on it real quick before I tell you some of the things that I like about it, that reasons I bought the bike. So I put a protection kit on it. Those are the axle sliders that you see on either side. So all of these pieces here, they're on handlebars and stuff like that. If the bike falls over, scratches them up and that kind of stuff, you get to replace those things instead of the expensive plastics on the sides. Those are also the things on the tank and the tail that I have. Let's see, I put flush mount turn signals, put fender eliminator kit in the back, and added an integrated tail light. So it works as a brake light and also as a turn signals. Just one side of it blinks whenever you have the turn signals on. One of the other things that I added is the headlights. I switched them out, upgraded them. I was talking about in my night riding video, which you should not watch because it's terrible. But it's one of the things that you want to upgrade on the bike, if you can, is lights. If you're going to be riding at night, it's a worthwhile investment, because the stock lights that come on a bike are terrible. Plus, whenever you have dual lights like this on a bike, usually one side is the low beam, the other side is high beam, which means if you only have the low beam on, it usually doesn't light up the other side of the street as well. So and those lights were a pain in the ass to change. I originally went with KT Motorcycle. Do not get anything from them. They were a hassle to deal with. I bought mine from BK Moto, which to be honest felt like it was lower quality, but their work, and that's what counts. So this is what the lights look like in the front when they're not on. If I turn it on, there you go, nice and bright. Yep, definitely a worthwhile investment. Now that we got all of that out of the way, mention a few things about this bike that I like. The reasons I bought it. First of all, I was looking for a bike that has good mid-range power, because the standard for Japanese super sports have 4 cylinders, and you have to rev them up very high to get any power out of them. Well, this one is a 4-cylinder bike, and you don't have to rev them up high. There is good power that's in the mid-range, which is great for turns and stuff like that. The 4 cylinders are great for going straight in a straight line, but 3 cylinders is a lot better in twisties, because the power is in the range that you use in turns, because you don't want to rev the bike really high up whenever you're going through turns and stuff. Waves, waves, yeah, there you go. It's one of the things that you'll discover when you're riding a motorcycle. There's a sense of community. Every motorcycle that you pass by will wave to you. So anyway, besides that, this bike comes standard stock with the best suspension and best brakes that you can get on the market. There are Brembo brakes and all-in suspension, which is not going to mean anything to an average rider or an amateur like me. I'm not a good rider. I'm not, even though I have all that experience, there's just things I do wrong. Like, I know that I don't turn as well as I could, as I potentially could, but after I fell on the bike on the Ninja 300, it just messed me up, put a mental block in me, and after that I just like stopped turning properly. But I do perform it safely. I feel like that counts more. And let's see, one of the other reasons I bought this bike is a quick shifter. It has a quick shifter, so that allows you to shift the bike's gears without using the clutch, only for upshifts, so no downshifts. I think there's a MV Agusta bike that has downshifts, gearless downshifts as well. The guy got stuck in neutral. Happens to me as well. I'm surprised to see so many bikes out here. See, right now I'm in second gear, not using my left hand, just switch without even cutting the throttle off or anything like that. So I felt like that was a really cool feature to have. That's why I got it. Even though there's a way that you can shift bikes, gear shift bikes without using the clutch, and I'll show you guys in my future tutorial videos I'll make. So it's not that big a deal. If my heart was set on riding super sports, this is the bike that I would stay on. But I later discovered there are these things called supermotos, which are dirt bikes that have street tires on them. Because the street tires are comfortable to ride on the street, but because of the dirt bike setup, they also behave like a dirt bike. The riding position is comfortable and upright. And they have suspension that's built for going over rough roads and jumps and everything like that. So it's the ultimate hooligan bike, because you can do everything with it. You can go off of jumps with it. You can take it up on the curb if you want to. You could even drive it up and down some stairs if you wanted to find a place like that to do it. So who wouldn't want a bike like that? Like, I want to ride a bike because it's fun to me, and that sounds like the ultimate fun to me. So that's why I kind of switched out my heart set to supermotos. I currently have one. I bought one just to try it out. It's a 250. It's a Kawasaki KLX 250 SF. The issue is that that bike is not, it's not very aggressive because it's 250 cc's, and on top of that, it's made to conserve gas. It's not made to be very powerful, even for a 250 cc bike. Like, you can wheelie that bike if you really try. You gotta really pull up on the handlebars and lean back and everything like that. Otherwise, it's not enough power to wheelie itself. And then, not that that's the ultimate reason that I want the supermoto. It's just that just tells you how much power the bike has. But even with the little bit of power that it has, you guys have seen me ride it on the first video that I made. You can just not slow down for speed bumps. Speed bumps aren't a thing if you're on a supermoto. Just go whatever speed you want to, hit the speed bump, catch a little bit of air, have some fun. Yeah. Not that I'm advocating breaking speed limits where they put speed bumps up, but come on, they're laying down ramps for you. So I want to get a supermoto. The current one that I have, even with the 250 cc's, I still love riding it, but I want something more powerful. So eventually I plan on selling this current bike and that supermoto and buy myself something more powerful, either a KTM 690 or Husky 701, though I may have to settle for a DRZ, even though I completely hate their looks. They're a supermoto staple bike because people call them bulletproof. They're very reliable, but I hate the look. They haven't updated the look since, I don't know, like 1,000 years ago. It still has that square headlight in the front that's ugly. For the time being, if I can't afford to get the 701 or the 690, I will buy myself a DRZ and drive that. That's going to be plenty of power to riding around on the street. I'm definitely not going to be going cross country on a bike anytime soon, since I have a wife now. She's going to want to come with, and she's not going to want to come on a motorcycle. So if anything, I'll probably just buy a trailer and haul it around with me and see the different places and riding on the bike. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I rambled on long enough. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm thinking the next videos I'm going to start shooting are going to jump straight into tutorials, which I'm going to do on the 250. First of all, because it's carbureted, it has more stuff, parts in it that you have to keep in mind, and not everybody that's going to buy a bike is going to buy one that's fuel injected like the one that I'm riding right now. So a carbureted bike will allow me to show you some of the stuff that these bikes have as far as starting them and how you should drive on them and everything like that. Plus it's a 250cc bike, which is ideal for low speeds, for showing you guys that kind of like beginner riding stuff. So please tune in next time that I post a video with a tutorial. But until then, I hope you guys have a beautiful week. See you later.